So, we're going to talk about Puntarenas.
Yeah, and
I think we pronounced it right. I don't know. Puntarenas. Puntarenas? Puntarenas. Yeah. Anyway, we went on an eco jungle river cruise there, and it wasn't as exciting as the Panama one we did, which was a boat and it was going really fast.
That's because you like the monkeys.
Yeah, and they had monkeys. But this one was a much bigger boat, and
a lot more jerky. I thought the boat was than the one on the previous one.
Bad.
But it was really interesting, wasn't it?
We saw lots of crocodiles and lots of different birds. So it was well worth going.
Including, I think we saw, what was it, an endangered bird, which was the scarlet macaw, which was quite interesting. We saw lots of herons, lots of egrets. We saw some iguanas, and we also saw crocodiles.
Quite a few crocodiles, including one that was a huge female one that all of a sudden
about
moved
3 meters
and went down under our boat, which I thought was a little bit
got you worried.
A bit scary, because they jump up and whatnot, but it was huge.
And then she came out underneath the boat.
Just sat underneath the boat, didn't she, with her head sticking out.
and everybody leaned over the side to get a better look.
I didn't. I stood.
Well, you always told me that the best thing to do is to make sure that there's someone between you and the animal that might eat you.
Well, I didn't. I stood way on the other side.
And the male was just sitting there ignoring whatever attention the female was creating. And that was 5 meters long, the guide reckoned.
The male?
Yeah.
But the female was bigger, wasn't she?
No, the female was about 3 meters and the male was about 5 meters.
3 meters is still huge.
That's large, And, I mean, the male didn't move a muscle the whole time we were there. It didn't even move an eyelid. No. But the female was a little bit more animated,
Yeah.
Probably a bit like humans,
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Felipe. Welcome everybody to Costa Rica. Just the first question always, everybody speak English here? You all from United States? How many of these people looks like Canadians? Okay, like Canadians, there are Chinese Canadians, there are Koreans. Okay, so I promise to stop in some moments to not talk to you. Yeah, asking about the political system in Costa Rica. We have a democracy. We make elections in the first 2 weeks of July and 1 week in September. That is our Independence Day, September 15th. Nice.
So we're at the Tarcoles River. With that, we'll see a few crocodiles today. Apparently there's some 2,000 crocodiles growing up to 20 foot long, was the longest one that's ever been found. And hopefully we will see a few when we go around today. Okay, you ready to go?
Can't see myself.
We're ready to go. On our first jungle cruise with crocodiles. Sounds like fun.
All those is one per couple, okay? One per couple. That is the list of birds that we have here in the area, okay? Okay, in your list is in the number 43, we have a green kingfisher, number 18 in your list.
He was about to stand up. I told him he was not going to stand up. In this place, there are crocodiles if you fall in.
Are there?
There are crocodiles, lots of them.
Okay.
Do you get it? Has he got it, folks? Say yes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, about crocodiles, they are protected by law in Costa Rica. All the river shores.
Just been told that these are American crocodiles, and it was good to hear that they're somewhat timid and very wary of humans, and that there have been no reported incidents involving humans around this stretch of the river or even in this area. You would say that, wouldn't they?
And then right on the grass over the shore. Okay, you don't go here, let that
Hundreds of bird species around this area. We've just been given a pamphlet which details all of the birds that we're likely to see and allocates a number against each of them. There are some fairly rare birds on there and there are some that are more common, so it'll be interesting to see what we see. Fauna and vegetation along the river banks is absolutely superb here. It's a really nice vibe to the area. But this is one of the most polluted rivers in Costa Rica, and the crocodiles have had to adapt to this habitat, as have the birds.
Part, remember that I mentioned after the river, but we have in some areas, and they were going up. together the snowy egret and the little blue heron there. He saw them in this area and he went to the Nicoya Peninsula where there is like a little island. So to imagine that could be like an island in front of the mainland of Costa Rica where the dinosaurs appear. You know. So thanks to it, the Jurassic Park have been calling many people to Costa Rica. Okay, if you happen to the weather, that's another piece.
There's a crocodile over there and it's well hidden.
Must be going back down the river the other way because we're just passing where we got onto the boat in the first place.
Okay, we got another Okay, take a look at the male, a little behind there. Okay. Yeah, male is a little bigger. He used to do a long time ago. Right now, it's not legal, and really, yeah. But for example, if you don't give us $10 each one, I'm gonna tell him to show a little bit. Okay, please. Okay, watch out. Put your hands in. Thank you.
Yeah, she's right under the boat.
People that is still working. Butterflies, the phoebes or phoebes, is sometimes also over the crocodiles, and they get part of the what. We got a little, just try this one. You can hear the animals. Okay, we have another iguana walking. Some of the holes that are here probably belong to. Spectacular job, yeah. Yeah, no, it really he did it very well.
And when we got off the boat, there was a lot of little shops and things there. And then we got back on the coach, and then where did we go?
I think we were going back actually to the chip at that time.
Did we?
Yeah. The journey, it was about an hour-long journey to and from the ship.
Yeah.
Which was quite interesting because it gave us the opportunity to see a bit of Puntarenas or Costa Rica in its sort of natural manner. So we went through, everything from small little towns, rainforests. I think actually we went through both a dry forest, as the guide said, and also a rainforest. We saw some of the houses, and the guide was telling us a little bit about how much these houses would cost, which depended largely, as it does in any country, on location,
where it is.
But they were something in the region of $300,000,
Up to like $1 million.
Up to $1 million if it was actually on the beach. But it was really interesting. It was interesting to get a perspective, a local perspective, and the guide was really
very good.
Yeah,
all the guides have been very good. Yeah.
The boat was nice. We sat down the rear of the boat. It was a bit noisy down there,
because of the engine,
but you also had a lot more room than you did, because most of the other people felt a bit like being on the back bench of a school bus, actually.
And also, you didn't have to wear a life jacket. The one that we did at Panama, we had to wear the life jacket the whole time, but the boat was much faster and it was a smaller boat. They did have life jackets up in the ceiling, but you didn't have to wear it. So that was good, because they're a bit smelly.
And the number of bird species we saw was quite incredible.
Lots and lots of different birds,
Lots of different
In fact, they
birds.
gave us a nice little sort of booklet thing with all the different birds so that you could identify them.
It wasn't only the birds, it covered the iguanas, the American crocodiles that we saw.
Anything that you might see.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Well, I think we thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes.
You preferred the
I
one
liked
with
the
the
Panama one. I loved Panama, full stop. I loved going through the canal, and I loved the boat trip, the rainforest, and seeing all the monkeys, and I just thought it was incredible. And also, I will say that when we did the Panama, what was that called?
Canal.
Rainforest thing.
Oh, yeah.
The rivers were all clean and everything. Now the one in Costa Rica, the Eco Jungle Cruise, was it called? There was a lot of plastic. The tide was down, and it was down deliberately because that's when you see all the animals and birds. But there wasn't. I was videoing it and I commented on it, and it's just such a shame that there's plastic in that in the water so much. It's awful. But I'm a bit like that anyway. So don't start me on that one.
But no, I mean, I enjoyed them both. I enjoyed them.
They're
for
both very good,
reasons.
and both the guides were good, and they were good trips. So.
Comes trouble. I'm in for it now. When we first arrived in this shopping area, we were moved off to one side where there was a snack that was laid out for us, which was quite nice. We then were given the opportunity to explore and spend money around the shop. As you can see, the shop was stuffed full of colourful ornaments, colourful toys, furry animals, handbags, and anything else that would promote Costa Rica.
left-hand side there is a crocodile, and there must be some here under this area. Here the crocodiles come because people historically have been throwing food. When I mean Puntarenas, probably is going to start to come out. To the left-hand side, put either, yes, give me with syrup, I recommend it for the ones who want to try some typical flavor from Costa Rica. There is a salt.
So that was our eco river cruise.
Yes.
In Costa Rica.
Yes.
And we'll be back with you some more later on.
Yeah, on our next one.
Okay. In the Crown Grill was so nice, we actually forgot to film the main courses. Mind you, I would advise you to not go near where the photographers take their passer-by shots, as we were constantly getting flashes throughout the evening.
Yes, the girls seem to find out early how to open doors with just a smile.